That's the biggest outlook I have on this market. Everything else, if you could just go back to regular price action, seems like everything's following Bitcoin. If you watch your ETH versus Bitcoin charts, altcoins are starting to bleed against the Bitcoin dominance. And for that reason, I'm watching a lot of development in the Bitcoin ecosystem, things like Stacks or Alex, which are DeFi products and tools that are performing and following Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'm kind of I like to keep my eye, like follow the big picture, watch Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin does. And then, everything else will kind of flow with it. I'm more of a macro guy. But one issue, I guess, that just popped up. So it's like every time we get good news, it feels like one step forward, two steps back. So I'm sure you heard about, and look, guys, I love Elizabeth Warren. She's my favorite senator, but she's got this war on crypto. And it said this was the headline, guys. Elizabeth Warren, the Democratic senator from Massachusetts, is alarmed by the potential of crypto-fueled terrorism. She rallied over 100 policymakers and approached the Biden administration, urging the executive branch to tackle this pressing issue. The news following Warren's recently introduced Digital Asset Money Laundering Act. So essentially, I think what she's saying is that these stable coins are being used to fund terrorism in the Middle East. Boy, wait till Elizabeth Warren finds out what they do with the U.S. dollar. Wait till she finds that out. She's going to be really mad. But what do you think of this? I mean, Josh, is this just misguided, or is this war on crypto real? What is going on?
I think Warren is a puppet, unfortunately. Elizabeth Warren, for you guys that don't know, I honestly think used to be a complete badass in this industry. She was someone that was going up against Janet Yellen and the asset management groups in 2020. Ultimately failed, though. And so she was calling and classifying these banks as too big to fail. So I think it's very hypocritical and ironic that she is coming out and saying that, crypto is like this massive terrorist funded mechanism when the US dollar is the most corrupted fractional banking system that exists in this world today. My thoughts on it are going to be, I haven't paid attention to who's funding her, but with these political representatives or senators, you have to really look at who are their largest donors, who is pushing for the advocacy of these bills. What is she going to get out of it in return? And so how I see it with Elizabeth Warren is she's very, very, very much pro US dollar. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. What I like to kind of remind people in this industry is that crypto is completely reliant on the US dollar. It's not a separate category. It's why when the dollar drops in value or rises in value, the stocks, crypto is going to follow risk on assets or follow almost identically to things like the NASDAQ. Now we are starting to move away from that. Bitcoin is actually trading as a commodity, follows silver, gold, copper, oil, etc. And charts are nearly identical, but the majority of your altcoins, all of your altcoins actually, are really still under this other category, which is going to be the NASDAQ, right? It's fluctuating in a different correlation. So with what she's doing, I think this is just, there's way more that's going on behind this with her, because it's not just her, it's her entire research team, it's her surrounding representatives, it's her caucus, it's whatever she's involved with. Is going to be the implementation of what those regulations and bills look like that she wants to implement. And that means stricter KYC, stricter AML, stricter ACH, whatever it is, and consuming more of the global liquidity in the crypto market.